I'm Daniel Berlant in the Cal Fire Information Center with the fire situation report for Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. Over 17,000 firefighters remain on the front lines of 25 major fires, as well as 2 extended attack wildfires. Those are fires that have burned more than 24 hours. Yesterday, crews made good progress on several fronts, which resulted in a number of the evacuations on several fires being lifted or even downgraded. Let's talk about some of the updated fires. First, the North Complex up in Butte and Plumas County is now at 273,000 acres. It did grow overnight, almost 4,000 acres, but containment is up. In fact, it's up 4% since yesterday, bringing it to a total of 36% contained. Moving over to the August Complex. This is the very large complex that is burning just to the east of Red Bluff, burning out into Trinity as well as Mendocino counties. The fire has burned in the last 24 hours almost 8,000 additional acres. Now, overnight, there was significant fire activity in a number of areas, allowing for that growth. Containment right now, 30% contained. There are evacuations in both Trinity as well as Mendocino County that remained in effect. We'll zoom out here. We'll go down into the Central Sierra to the Creek Fire burning outside of Fresno into the foothills as well as on the Sierra National Forest. This fire did not grow overnight. It's holding at 220,000 acres. Containment, though, is up an additional 2%, bringing it to now 18%. Now, a number of evacuations, both in Fresno as well as in Madera counties, have been lifted or downgraded. So that is an area where, again, good progress is being made. Now, I will also note, if we zoom in just outside of this fire area, this is where the Bullfrog fire is burning. Right now, Forest Service reports it's about 900 acres, but you can see how close the two fires are together. Another large complex fire that the U.S. Forest Service and now CAL FIRE are in unified command are. This is the SQF complex. It grew overnight. There was fire activity. In fact, it burned over 7,200 additional acres. It is now 114,000 plus acres, and crews are definitely concerned, especially up in Tulare County. A number of communities have evacuation notices and or warnings as this fire continues to kind of push both to the west as well as the north. So Three Rivers being one of those communities. Springville is another one. Again, here's just an idea. Here's where Lindsay is in Tulare County. I'll zoom out a little bit more just to give you some perspective. Here is Porterville. So this has been a fire that has definitely really grown in size in the last several weeks. And again, as it's pushed off the forest, CAL FIRE gone into unified command on this fire. Let's talk about a fire that we haven't really mentioned on these updates, but that is the Dolan fire burning just south of Big Sur. Here it is, Big Sur right along this area. I'll zoom out just a little bit more so you can kind of get an idea. This is Highway 1 right through here, but the Dolan fire is now in unified command between the Forest Service and CAL FIRE. There was growth on this fire. In fact, it burned an additional 3,700 acres or so last night, bringing the total acreage to just over 122,000 acres. Right now, the fire is 40% contained. And then we'll go down south to the El Dorado fire. This is that fire that's burning near Yucaipa for the last couple of weeks. The El Dorado fire had a little growth, just under 500 acres in growth, but the real good work here is that 6% containment was made in the last 24 hours, bringing full containment now to 60%. Now, I want to mention one other fire. This is U.S. Forest Service fire, but a lot of you have been asking about the Bobcat fire. On these reports, we really concentrate on the fires that CAL FIRE is managing, but because of the evacuations on this fire, just wanted to mention the Angeles National Forest reports that the Bobcat fire is just over 44,000 acres and 3% contained. You can see the 210 runs right down here along the south edge of this fire. Here's Arcadia, here's Pasadena. Again, this fire burning primarily on the Angeles National Forest, but obviously concerned down here as it burns into some of the foothill communities around Monrovia, Sierra Madre, and again, those along the 210 corridor. So again, that is the Bobcat fire. And then I want to just briefly mention the fires that have been burning in the Bay and just kind of where we are with the LNU, the SCU. These two are both holding at 98% contained. While there is no fire growth on these fires, and really there is no, at this point, no expected growth in the fires. Crews are continuing to monitor the fire, put out hotspots, but more importantly, doing fire suppression repair. So these two fires will likely not get 100% containment values until the end of the month while work is still done here, but again, no growth, and we likely will not report on these in our reports. And then the Seaview Lightning Complex, again, no growth overnight. Containment, though, up an additional 2% to 93%. This fire likely to be fully contained, hopefully, by this weekend. Again, we're not covering all the fires. If there's a fire near you, if it's on federal land, you can still get the information from our website, fire.ca.gov. Let's briefly talk about the weather. First, there is a red flag warning in effect for a number of areas. In fact, our weather pattern over much of California will be similar to what we saw yesterday. Higher temperatures, and we're going to start to see some fairly clear skies. And those clear skies are really because we're starting to see some wind through push out a lot of that smoke. But that wind also brings this red flag warning in effect in Modoc County. That is in effect 1 p.m. To this afternoon through 8 p.m. Tonight. A fire weather watch also in effect along the Sierra, pretty much from Modoc County all the way down into Inyo County. And this fire weather watch in effect due to gusty winds and low humidity Thursday through Friday. So again, you can see here's that red flag warning, that fire weather watch stretching all the way down through the Tahoe Basin, down through the southern Sierra and all the way down to the edge of Kern and San Bernardino counties, but primarily again ends here in Inyo County. Looking at our temperatures for today, we are going to start to see conditions take a slight cooling trend for the next couple days. But look at this, by the weekend, things start to heat back up. Not completely where we were a couple weeks ago, where we had triple digits, but it will start to heat back up. Our winds, we are going to have some gusts, specifically in those areas where that red flag warning and fire weather watch is in. Susanville, we could see gusts of 30 to 35 miles an hour. Tahoe, 35 to 40. So especially, again, along the Sierra and the eastern portion of the state, that is where winds are potentially going to be the strongest. Now, a warming trend is expected to return by the weekend and into next week, and that will elevate our fire danger. So what can you do? Well, go to our website, readyforwildfire.org. Under ACT, this is where you can get some information on an evacuation guide, all the steps you need to take to evacuate when a wildfire is in your area. We have a full checklist, an action plan, and all the preparation steps you need to take. And at the end of the day, we need you to go early. That is the key. So again, you can get that information at our website, readyforwildfire.org. You can get an update on all of these fires in a lot more detail, as well as the fires that are burning on other jurisdictions like the Forest Service, again linked at fire.ca.gov. That's the latest on the fire situation in California. I'm Daniel Berlant. Have a fire safe day.